Hello all, I'm Kelly Ammerman with Wild Goose Chase, back again with another episode in our series on managing nuisance birds from a biological perspective. Today's topic focuses on the heart of our business model. We specialize in solutions for a wide variety of bird issues. There's no silver bullet when it comes to this line of work, but there's a lot that we at Wild Goose Chase do that sets us apart from your average pest control company. So let's get into it. In this episode, we'll discuss why there isn't one solution to fit every nuisance bird issue. We'll go over the various factors that influence recommended bird solutions, including the law, differences between species, and unique characteristics of the property. We'll also discuss why typical pest control companies often fall short when dealing with nuisance bird issues, and what we at Wild Goose Chase do that sets us apart, including the species we manage, the kinds of properties we service, and the solutions we offer. When we meet with new clients, they are often looking for quick, simple solutions that will completely eliminate their nuisance bird issues right away. And we have to explain that there are, in fact, no silver bullets in this industry. In order to achieve effective, long-term solutions to nuisance bird issues, there are a number of factors that we need to consider. First, in the U.S., native bird species are protected at the federal and state level, meaning that special permits are required to manage these species. However, there are some species which are not native to the U.S. and that are not covered under federal law. Thus, our first step in coming up with solutions is to understand which species are creating the nuisance issue so the proper permits can be obtained if necessary. Another factor to consider when managing birds is their physiology. It may seem obvious, but birds move in three-dimensional space, which means they are capable of maneuvering and evading control measures that might work on other ground-based kinds of nuisance animals. Birds are also very visual animals, so solutions that lack a visual component may be less effective than desired. Adding more complexity to the issue is that different bird species often need to be managed in different ways. Some birds are incredibly smart, and the solutions that work on the more bird-brain species may not work on birds like crows. Similarly, physical differences between birds impacts the effectiveness of solutions. For example, trying to design solutions to exclude geese will need to be drastically different from exclusions for sparrows. Birds also differ in their natural history and social structures. For example, management efforts are greatly improved when you know whether the bird that is nesting in an inappropriate location is part of a larger colony or not. Understanding the species causing the nuisance issue is absolutely necessary to be able to recommend solutions that will actually be effective. Similarly, the property itself will have unique characteristics that present challenges to management. Properties that have retention ponds, for example, will need to consider that this water source may contribute to or exacerbate nuisance bird issues that properties without a water source won't have to deal with. The property type also matters. The solutions that work well in a warehouse environment may not be effective or appropriate for a local park. Solutions will also need to be tailored to the specific architecture of the building where nuisance issues are occurring. This means that there can't be a one-size-fits-all option for most solutions. When looking for companies that can help manage nuisance birds, people may start their search with pest control companies. However, traditional pest control companies are often ill-equipped to handle the nuances that come with managing nuisance birds. Pest control companies manage nuisance issues for a wide variety of insects and mammals, but often manage very few species of birds, if any. The species most frequently managed by pest control companies are those that are not protected by federal and state law, and these companies are therefore not well versed in the requirements for managing other protected bird species. Traditional nuisance species, especially insects, often have very little regulations regarding their management other than the use of pesticides or poisons. With limited experience managing birds, it's little wonder then that many pest control companies manage nuisance bird issues like they would for insects or mammals. This also means that pest control companies often offer the same solution for all bird issues, regardless of species. The solutions offered may be the more set it and forget it type, or they may focus on using their own brand of solutions. This can lead to disappointing results. These solutions don't change the environment in a lasting way, so birds are liable to return and continue causing a nuisance. Solutions should provide a perceived threat that needs to be consistent so that the birds are always exposed to it. To complicate the matter, the solution also needs to be unpredictable. If birds feel threatened by the solution initially, their reaction may lessen over time until they ignore it, a process known as habituation. When pest control companies offer passive, predictable solutions, they will unfortunately invite habituation. Once birds habituate to the solution, it is largely useless. Anyone that has installed a plastic owl or coyote that was initially effective, only to have the nuisance bird issue return shortly thereafter, has experienced this disappointment. Rather than waste your time and money on solutions that will ultimately lose their value, it's better to start with the experts. That's where Wild Goose Chase comes in. We specialize in birds and only birds, and have been doing so for nearly 30 years. There is not a bird species that we won't work with. If it's capable of causing a nuisance, we're capable of finding a solution. We focus on humane, science-driven solutions that comply with all wildlife protection laws and are designed to minimize harm or stress to the animal. This means we don't use poisons or indiscriminate trapping, so that no harm will come to protected bird species. The solutions we offer are tailored not only to the species and issues in question, but also to the property itself, so that long-term results can be achieved. Rather than focus on short-term, quickly implemented solutions, we work with property owners and managers to develop bird management plans that may take multiple years or iterations to achieve results. Taking the long approach is going to achieve greater overall success, and it means we can adapt our strategies in real time to stay one step ahead of the birds. Another aspect that sets us apart from traditional pest control companies is that we service a wide variety of property types, including commercial, industrial, agricultural, and municipal properties. Traditional pest control companies tend to focus on servicing residential single-family homes, which can have vastly different nuisance bird issues than the types of properties we service. We also employ a wide range of staff, from bird biologists and canine handlers to account managers and structural technicians. Our staff are trained and licensed in all the necessary areas to be able to handle any bird issue on any property type. Wild Goose Chase also holds commercial grade liability insurance, so we can cover jobs of all sizes and risk levels. Our company is also product agnostic, meaning we can test out all the various products available on the market and verify their effectiveness before recommending them to our clients. We are also equipped to be able to create custom solutions to fit clients' needs. After decades of testing experience, we have developed a wide variety of solutions that we are confident in recommending. This includes products designed to deter or exclude birds, but also services we can offer to control populations, trap and remove birds, and our most iconic service, using trained border collies to harmlessly harass birds. So what did we learn about today? We discussed why there isn't one solution to fit every nuisance bird issue, and went over the various factors that influence recommended bird solutions, including the law, differences between species, and unique characteristics of the property. We also discussed pest control companies and why they often fall short when dealing with nuisance bird issues. Finally, we learned what we at Wild Goose Chase do that sets us apart from traditional pest control companies, including the species we manage, the properties we service, and the solutions we offer. I hope you have enjoyed this episode and learned a bit more about why we at Wild Goose Chase are considered a leading expert when it comes to solving nuisance bird issues. If you'd like to get in touch with us, please send us an email or check out our website at wildgoosechasers.com. Stay tuned for the next episode when we will discuss even more of your nuisance bird issues. See you next time!